game, one more best of series in week 1 or week 2, they would have made it to the playoffs last season.
I think that's one thing that the teams are actually focusing into. You need to start your momentum strong, especially on the first week of the regular season. And that's how you pick it if you're Blacklist International. Priority on to the Vexana, still not letting go of this strong mid-lane hero. And with the bans of the Angela, the Minotaur, and also respecting the Novaria of Lancy, they're just clearing the possibilities of the possible way of not making it to the right draft. And I say this is just the roam priority and as well as the respect for Mnne Evos.
That's right. And now Mnne Evos here on the swing back. It's Arlo X. You got to pick up the Arlot on Kirk. It doesn't matter if it's repetitive. It doesn't matter if Blacklist has read into Kirk's playstyle, but it just does too much. Are we going to see a change, though? Is it going to be Arlot? Oh, no! It's Ruby Claude. They're letting go of the Arlot. They're playing something else. Kirk might actually play something else.
Wow. I was kind of so close in just calling it the Arlot that might show up.
Are they baiting out an Arlot from Blacklist, though?
They're pushing it. And I agree with you.
We dare you. Pick it now.
Yeah, because Oheb used the Ruby, and Oheb could possibly use the Claude. So if they have the Arlot for themselves, Mnne Evos could have something up their sleeves that Blacklist is not prepared to answer.
That or they're forcing Blacklist to switch it up.
Yeah.
They don't want to see the Nathan jungle anymore. They don't want to see Oheb on the Ruby anymore. So they'll take it away. Here's a marksman in the hands of Oheb that definitely for sure he will play. The carry. And of course the CC. We were just playing with a small hero pool now. I think these are all heroes we've seen. I think we're all out of surprises.
Yeah. So the same thing. Edward had an advantage in game number 1 that actually being present in the front lines of how Mnne Evos blended their composition was a great way to divert tactics on how they want to outmaneuver Mnne Evos' stronger prowess in team fights. With the presence of Ruby and the Claude, I think that's one way of Edward has been a great diversion and had a great performance in the XP lane, just buying so much ways for Blacklist International to have the perfect way to cross the bridge.
Yep. So with that said, there's no, I don't know if this is an XP lane Ruby, but definitely it's the CC in the hands of Edward now, as you were talking about. Now the Rafaela. That's Miles getting his hands on the old reliable.
Great repositioned hero here. And then at the same time, it allows you to just put yourself in a better spot up against the entry of the CC, the Vexana Eternal Guard entry as well.
Okay. So we're on the second phase of the bans. Matilda is out for the option of Blacklist International. So
choke out junglers. Because again, Mnne Evos is first dibs on jungle. So what else do you take out? Do you ban out the Nathan here? Nope. I mean, there's still one more ban, so we don't know. There's no room for the Nathan, though.
No.
You can't have a Nathan and a carry.
Yeah, way too greedy there. So
I think they just need to have this mutual no-word understanding, but not go for just a Nathan for this game 3.
Yeah, I don't think Mnne Evos will ban the Akai. They can pick up the Akai for themselves here. So they'll just ban out another hero, Baksha, probably. And if it's not the Baksha, then they'll pick up the... if it's the Akai, then they'll pick up the Baksha for themselves. So they're playing Hakus and Sui now.
What else is left for Sensui if that happens?
Martis and Barats.
Marats or Martis. Okay.
Martis not so much for Sensui.
Yeah, I don't like the Martis in this lineup.
Yeah, it's usually Barats. But then, okay, so they're gonna be picking up the Baksha.
Baksha Kaizen confirmed.
Yeah. If it's something else, then maybe Kaizen will consider picking up the Martis. However, with the presence of the Vexana a little bit, kind of turns you off of the idea. Yep, it's Baksha. So what is this, a Grok for Sensui?
Since they take up the possible counter... Oh, yes, I hear him.
Well, it's the Barats.
Barats! Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah, we did mention the Barats there earlier. And then the Kaja. Pick off, combo, frontline hold, a little bit stronger right now from Mnne Evos, just a little bit.
Yep.
So with the presence of the Baksha, they would need something to just pair. Oh, well, since this is a Rome Rafaela, what's their mid lane now?
Lilia's still out there.
Yeah. If they want to surprise...
Nana.
Nana.
Yeah, Nana is
Both
still
are good.
open.
Yeah.
Nana, Lilia.
Unless they go completely off left field, but I don't see any other heroes here.
How about Gord?
No, there's no reason. The only reason why the cord came out earlier today was because it got tight. Like none of the other options were left.
Yeah, Lancey's more backline. He's not going to go something like Lunox or Kagura that gets really close. He's going to go for long range.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah,
Finally, yeah, Lilia.
Of course.
Okay, nothing crazy. It's kind of
Lilia's mid-range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mid.
Not
mid.
close, not far,
Yeah,
mid.
she's not like Navari or far side far, but she's
Yeah.
mid range. Yeah,
I say,
that's a good way to put it. I
you
remember
want
that.
to keep everybody close as well. So maybe Lilia, when Rafaela also have the Ruby. So that's one way to just be in the middle of things, especially on the objective taking.
That's right.
So who had the leverage this time around for the draft? Blacklist or Mnne Evos in game? Okay.
I guess I just shortcutted my understanding,
Yeah.
my comprehension, because I feel like Mnne is on fire right now, in a good way.
Let's see how this goes. It's the final game of the day. Blacklist International Mnne Evos. They need to settle the score. Who is going to go home with a 2-1 tonight? We're seeing great starts here. Even a leash for Kaizen here from Mnne Evos.
Yeah, lots of fighter emblems, spell vamps, a couple of lifesteals here and there. So these two teams are going to be prioritizing items like the Sea Halberd and the Dominance Ice. Necklace of Durance I don't see coming out because that's going to be an enchanted talisman most likely for that Lilia.
With the presence of raw power and crowd control in Blacklist International, we're seeing 3 purifies for Mnne Evos for perfect counters of even actually be taken in team fights or even ganks, especially early as now for Blacklist International.
About half a minute until the first turtle spawns. Here's a lane matchup we haven't seen in a while, or haven't really seen much in Season 13, is that Ruby versus CC.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well, you usually see the Ruby into the roam. We'll see how that's gonna go. But Ruby's one of those heroes similar to such as a, for example, X-Borg. You damage him, he'll just quickly get the health back or something back. So Ruby's just like that. CC's gonna poke her, but then Ruby's just gonna lifesteal or spell vamp from the minions and from the CC itself, and then suddenly it's even Stevens.
Yeah, Blacklist International with the focus and pressure on the XP lane. They even took the Crab XP out of Kirk as well. Focusing on the delay. No level 4 yet.
Oh, wow.
Black's advantage on the first Dragon Turtle.
Look at this blitz take from Sensui, spending the retribution. I wonder, I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows that Kaizen went and stole his purple, while the rest of Mnne Evos protect their own. Was that a worthy trade? Where does the economy sit on that?
Well, Mnne Evos has to make sure that they get their purple buff. But yeah, Blacklist International can't invade this. So this is just one of the little things that you can do to really delay the potential or possible snowball.
Haji with the flicker, divine judgment. Domain goes down. First blood drawn by Oheb.
Oh, I am loving the confidence. Haji and Oheb. Spider-Man needs one to answer for a response, but it was too late.
Yeah.
That was just completely just Black International on a great start.
And another fight. Dennis, welcome. Sensui spin Kaizen out too spicy. Now they engage. Lancey dealing a lot of damage. And there's the EG stopping the assault. But Mnne Evos push on forward. The trade eventually for Sensui. Let's move on down bottom. Edward versus Kirk. Kirk pushing forward. Lancey in trouble. Survives, but just barely. Oh, almost got swung on.
A few cracks on the Metal Fortitude that we're seeing there because there's 2 deaths. One on Doming, and then the sequence that led to the death of Sensui actually came from a lot of info already given, and those could have been avoided. But maybe their minds are elsewhere right now, or they really just want to play aggressive. They don't want to play overly cautious. That's why we see 2 early deaths here.
Well, speaking of early deaths, there's so much, well, quicker rotations from Mnne Evos that they need to point out, especially that in the gold lane. Doming and Spider Miles has eyes on making the Claude survive in a few minutes from now, because that's what important. How do they make the damage work against Blacklist International?
Kaizen jumping on the Yue. Yue a third of his health left. The Puissance pop by Mnne Evos' jungler. And with that, I just gotta say, it takes a lot of marbles to 2v1 against Doming and Miles. And Oheb has been doing it the past couple of minutes.
Filipino sniper, sometimes the Scyther, showing why here in that title. Turtle up, almost down to 50.
Now, Mnne Evo's taking their time. Again, it's one of those turtle gambits. It looks like they don't want to contest at all.
Yeah, and that's the mental effect of going up against the Barretts and going up against a team like Blacklist International. Knowing that there's a high chance that if you contest way too early without the right components, then you're going to get punished and give Barretts a big early lead.
Yeah, speaking of lead, they have so much respect for the lineup, the early game lineup of Blacklist International right now, that they're waiting for the right time to commit. As you pointed out, they need to have a right amount of damage. They have CC, yes, but if they go into longer team fights, that's where the prowess of Blacklist International shows. You have Divine Glaive already shown.
Oppositely, I think I would rather label it as Blacklist International are not in the ability yet to engage in a longer team fight. That's their biggest problem right now, I feel like.
Eventually, though.
Eventually, they will.
So this could actually be a window for Mnne Evos to take.
No, but then again, that's like the weird paradox of it. You can't take the window too much because again, you're up against a Barretts.
Yeah.
There's a reason, excuse me, as to why this pick has risen in popularity greatly. It really changes the playstyle. Something stuck at the back of my throat of a lot of teams.
Yeah, I hope you're okay, because now Sensui and the rest of Blacks International are cutting on through, securing this Tier 1 push up top. 6 minutes in, we got another turtle coming up in about 30.
Yep, still a slow and quiet game. 1-1, still slow progress on both. Advantage on gold with Blacklist International. Another pickup here for Oheb on level 8.
Oh,
force out the flicker as well.
Yep, you was fine, you was fine.
Lancy and Kirk not exactly in the same page there completely. Like, Kirk was already in that page, Lancy was still turning it. So now Blacklist International will still have their Yue, their mid laner. As the turtle goes up in 5, let's see if Blacklist will, instead of going for position in the turtle, just decide to push this deep.
This is the last turtle of the game,
Fast
and
spear.
now, oddly enough, it's actually Mnne Evo's first to the scene. I wonder what the call is, because they lost out on the first two. Now Kaizen rolling out, Poisson's pressed in, he's searching for Yue, gets a jump in, Eternal Guard spent by Blacklist mid laner, they pop Yue eventually, 1 for 1. Turtle for their mid laner, and Mnne Evos walks away.
Great decision making there by Mnne Evos. They know it's a 50-50 if they went for the turtle. So instead of going for the turtle, they went for the 100% sure thing. They can get a kill onto Yue.
Yeah, the focus was onto the back line of Blacklist International. There was so much base for the turtle to be even contested.
Whoa,
Lancy.
Lancy versus Edward. And now Lancy pops the ult. Haji in the back line looking for a DJ. Kaizen spots him. Not a good angle quite yet. Blacks International pushing the advantage. Kaizen hits the retribution. Sensui backing off. And now a fight just waiting to brew. Breakout in mid.
And now Mnne Evos are going to be rotating topside to make sure that Domeng will get that push, catch up a little bit. But of course, Blacklist International doing what they can to stop that. They don't break the turret just yet.
Oh.
But Oheb does in the bottom lane.
Not gonna take my turret up top.
Nice map weaving, and eventually Domeng gets it via brute force.
Yeah, macro onto Blacklist International. But still, Oheb had an advantage a bit in just making the push right away.
And these two teams, of course, Mnne Evos, with the style of roamer that Spider Miles is, they have mentioned that elements of their game have been molded by Blacklist International. And I'm sure even Blacklist International is surprised that they're going up against a team that's so similar to them.
When your idols become your rivals.
Ooh.
Because again, after this series, I would be amiss to say that this is not a rivalry brewing, man. This is something that could go on throughout the regular season, that could go on into the playoffs if, again, Mnne finally breaks.
I'm already excited to see Blacklist versus Mnne Evos 2. I'm already
Electric
looking forward
Boogaloo.
to it. Electric Boogaloo.
The next match of this matchup.
Get ready for the next battle. All
Once
right,
in a lifetime, again.
first... John Cena and The Rock.
Yeah.
The first Lord of game number 3
love
here.
wrestling.
Coming out. Edward checking through. Clearing that wave, making sure no free pushes coming in from the camp of Mnne. Kaizen jumps onto Sensui. They collapse. Quick knock-up coming in. Dennis Welcome spinning him through into that small wall. Blazing to it, not enough damage quite yet. The Holy Baptism coming in. Vengeance from Edward. Kaizen's very low. Backing up. Edward gets popped by Domeng. Free pick-off for Mnne.
That was a great amount of damage that they need to poke out of Kaizen.
Yeah.
It was a good placing of the missile expert though, but it wasn't even close. The damage of Oheb needs to actually amp up.
That was an LDF, a long drawn-out fight.
Yeah. And that fight there, Mnne Evos really watched her positioning so that Oheb wouldn't just be able to stand and freely hit. Again, the effect of the Lilia, you're tossing out the glooms and all of that. Oheb really has to watch his feet. It's hard to fight here for. Oh, he gets pulled!
There's the I'm offended. The quick knock-up going over Mnne's way. And just like that, they're up a man one more time. Eternal Guard with a Lord Swing.
Massive!
Oheb gets the kill. And now Sensui coming in. Detna's welcome. Plus her retribution in tow. Kirk gonna get taken out here. Another kill for the Cardinal one. And just like that, Blacklist sitting on stonks.
Barrett's in action. 3 brave smites. Oh, that was 3 brave smites, President of Blacklist International. Complete sustaining everything in that team fight. They have totally had a way to control every damage possible from Mnne Evos.
Yep. Again, that's why earlier Blacklist International didn't have the tools they needed for long drawn-out team fights. Now they do. And again, that was a great play there by Yue, getting that key Eternal Guard up to set things up for Blacklist International to turn that Lord around and change things for Mnne Evos. This is why at the end of that draft, I really was leaning towards Blacklist. As talented as the team Mnne Evos is, and they're making the most out of their lineup.
And there's the Holy Baptism. There's the pull. And the mad CC coming in from but one combo of Yue.
Yeah.
This is hard to defend, man. Blacklist winning off of firepower, off of sheer economy.
Yep.
And it looks like, rotationally speaking, Blacklist have Mnne Evos checked.
Macro check on Blacklist. Well, everything just going through stonks. Well, Edward is going through the damage and he's just taking down turrets down bottom of Mnne Evos, securing every possible fortress of defense that Mnne Evos could be taken down from them.
Yeah, when played properly, this is the raw firepower you get from this kind of lineup. You can change out that Kaja for a bunch of other pickups, but these 4 really showing us why they are top priority picks in the world right now of MLBB esports.
Kaizen trying to use that magic sentry. Check in where Blacklist might attack from. Kirk displaced, but only for a minute.
What a pull!
There's the I'm offended. Holy Baptism coming in, but not enough damage coming in from Mnne Evos nor the turret. They cannot punish Edward, not quite yet. And now Haji coming in
Wow!
with the Divine Judgment plus the EG combo. Big knockups. Sensui in trouble. Sensui slain. Spider Miles gets the kill.
It's
1
bad
for
for
1 the
Blacklist.
trade so far. Black shoes from Lancy. Still in this, ready to go
Oheb.
for one more round. And just like that, Blacklist sent packing. No, they're still going to force it. They're going to go for more.
They're committing.
The penetration. Oheb takes down a turret. No way Mnne Evos can kill one member here unless, they're not letting go. Can they? Spider Miles looking for the holy heal.
Look at the
The
HP of
flicker.
Blacklist.
The BMI. And
Oh!
they find one. Haji taken out.
What a call there by Mnne Evos again. Understanding each other so well, trading so well. It looked like Blacklist would be able to get away from that without any problem after breaking that turret. It is still a big problem for Mnne Evos, but it goes to show they're not afraid to go out of base despite being behind almost 5,000 gold to take a stand to get a trade.
Yeah.
Everybody,
They're hungrier.
take my hand.
And they're more willing to commit to any possibility. When Kurt got pushed into their own wall, he took advantage of just using the I'm offended. Another I'm offended again.
Plus the holy baptism. Sensui still standing.
EG.
Eternal
EG.
Guard
Terrifying.
gets 3 in. Now Kaizen popped. Poisson's in tow as well. And they're sent back and running away from Edward. The vengeance enough
reset.
to deter them from even thinking about getting that Lord. Blacklist scores a second big objective.
I have to throw a name into the hat. My vote for MVP of this game has to be Yue. The Eternal Guard knockups and his combinations have been perfect. Yue, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Yes, he did. He deserves it.
He truly deserves the recognition in this Vexana. The backline of Mnne Evos is so precious. At any point a team fight breaks, how will you protect Domin? How will you force out Spider Miles to use that regen? A lot of ways to even force out resources. Yue, the overload machine, completely...
I like it, the overload machine.
he just wanted to force a lot of resources out of Mnne Evos.
You know who else is about to get overloaded? It's Mnne Evos, man. There's a wave in mid, there's a wave up top, and there's a big Lord down bottom. But they do make quick work of it. amazing. Mnne Evos, the response to Blacklist's assault.
Okay.
They're fine.
Yeah, quick breather here. Again, Mnne Evos,
No purple.
they were in a similar situation earlier.
Taken.
We're not going to turn off the idea that they can come back here.
Yep, this
Haji,
is
Haji, Haji!
Oh.
a
Cancelled.
hard
Doming.
spot to be in. Doming down to a third of his health.
Pull.
Haji very low, gets taken out. Lancey with the black shoes. And
Wow.
Mnne was able to defend.
Yeah, still left a good amount of wave late in the late game.
They lost the top lane inhibitor, but again, you're still in the game.
They can go out. They don't have the roamer right now, Blacklist International, so I think Mnne Evos can be a little bit more brave with pushing outwards. As we look at the items, Necklace of Durance actually built up there by the Vexana. Divine Glaive already, so rushing the damage. That's why Yue hurt so much. But a good amount of that also comes from the Glowing Wand.
Watch Edward! Gets
Ooh.
the ult in.
it's
Binding Miles and Kirk. They back out.
Yeah, but the way the Mnne Evos stopped the entry there of Haji, they threw everything. Don't run Wolf King second, and then the Holy Baptism of Spider Miles. Even though Haji still got the pull, he ended up just pulling Kaizen out of like, let's see whoever the heck I can pull right now.
Yes. And Kirk has been doing a lot of ways to utilize everything that he can get out of Black International. I had to agree.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Supporting you, man.
Approaching the third
you.
Lord here. About 40 seconds. Again, even if it was Blacklist who scored the past two, at the moment, currently, where we are in game number 3, it's safe to say Mnne Evos still has a fighting chance. Mnne Evos can maybe even contest.
Yeah.
Because they've been getting better at actually picking off Blacklist despite having no inhibitors. I mean, barely inhibitor in mid.
Yeah, just
No Malefic Roar right yet for Domeng. Full item build already for Oheb's carry. Jungle deficit crazy, but then that's still the Baksha. Divine Glaive already up on the Lilia. It's full defense actually for the Ruby. Oh, that makes sense because they have a roamer heal. So at this point, honestly,
oh, there you have it. Red bar.
Mnne Evos, oh yeah, there. Now Mnne Evos have all the tools they can to turn this around.
I'd say maybe put a little bit more farm on Kaizen. Kaizen just
Kaizen.
dies a little too soon.
Maybe an immortality or two across the team would be good, yeah?
And
Yeah.
that's the question. Will they give the regen for Kaizen if that thing happens again? Because if they do, they lose a point in a second chance of going back in the team fight. And Blacklist International just ringing the bell on how Mnne Evos could actually answer for this kind of trap. They're putting all the crumbs in the pit right now.
Ringing the bell, ringing the bell. The dance
Oh,
continues.
Edward.
And now Blacklist collapses onto the Lord. The pull on the Kaizen. The Eternal Guard. Kaizen about to go down. Has his immortality built, so he's fine. Kirk gets picked off. Kaizen in trouble. Look at the back line.
Lancey.
Lancey falls.
Oh.
While Yue gets the winner tranche proc. And just like that, it's looking lethal. Mnne Evos missing 2 key members while Blacklist has a huge Lord marching up top.
They march with full confidence and 2 men down in Mnne Evos. How could they defend? Siege pushing in. Lord is pushing in.
They don't even have their
How
Lilia.
can they hold? No Lilia.
They need their Lilia. The minion waves are a little bit too overwhelming.
Oh,
Here
they're all
we
pushing
go.
in.
Could be the final team fight. Mnne Evos gonna need a miracle and a prayer to get out of this. Kaizen very low. Puissance out, gets his immortality pop. In comes Spider Miles, he just can't hold out. Kirk coming in, but maybe a second.